Good morning. What's up, YouTube? You're here with Tiffanie Teel on YouTube Live. Today, we're talking about purpose. Before we get started, drop your name in the chat and let me know where you're from. Welcome, welcome. You have a purpose, but have you learned how to turn that purpose into profit? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever felt called to entrepreneurship or something bigger, but you didn't know how to make sales or to make a sustainable profit. Drop a 1. We're jumping right in today. Okay, in the early days of building my business, I had to learn the hard way. This wasn't even just the early days, folks. For years, I have put in hours after hours after hours with very little reward. To be quite frank with you, I've never replaced my corporate income through entrepreneurship, which is really sad because I jumped out of high school and pursued a career quickly while going through school and was in that career by age 19 in what I thought was going to be a long-term career, and did a really good job growing and building with that corporation that I was with. But God moved me, right? He moved and changed my circumstances in that job, and I needed an exit strategy. And so I put one in place with my husband and my financial advisor and got out within 8 months. I just longed for the freedom that my husband had running his own business. But God has revealed to me through the years how purpose isn't meant to stay stuck in planning mode. He will give us freedom. He has purpose in the pain, right? When we're in that painful stage, He's preparing us for more. But He doesn't want us to stay there. So we can't keep planning for the future. We have to step into the future through obedience. So when He gives us a vision, we're called to step into that vision and be obedient, whether we know all the answers and can forecast all the results or not. So the number one reason most purpose-driven entrepreneurs stay broke is due to a lack of system, right? You just want to jump in and you want to just go for it, but you don't have a system to follow or a system in place. So that is what I've seen with a lot of people. Now, I know how to put systems in place. I can build your funnels. I can build your website. I can build your brand. But there's some more pieces that have to fall into place. Okay. So the number one reason most purpose-driven entrepreneurs stay broke is a lack of system. So what are we going to do to create that system and find that freedom? Okay. How do we create structure and freedom? This is where I'm going to introduce you to the digital marketing blueprint. This is something I found that I wished I had years and years ago. Wished it had clicked. I did find it 9 months before I started using it myself. And before I asked for a copy, I, was introduced to it. I was intrigued, but I thought, I'm capable. God's given me smarts. There's no reason to spend money on more education. Also, I'm building my own program. So why would I want to promote someone else's? Ding, ding, ding. That's the reason. The reason you want to promote somebody else's because somebody else's product is because you can get into profit mode quickly. And friends, we are not called as Christians to stay in poverty. That is such a limiting belief and so much less than what God wants for us. How can we serve others if we're living in poverty, right? We are limited on our time because we have to work harder to get just the minimum amount done and pay our bills. We are not able to serve and reach other people and spread the gospel because we don't have the means. So poverty mindset is not of God. It's not. And we have to break that mindset and that cycle. Don't you want to? I want to break it for me. I definitely want to break it for my kiddo. Okay. So how are we going to do that? We're going to dive into this digital marketing product that creates the structure and the freedom. If you want structure, place a 1 in the comment. If you want freedom more, place 2 in the comments. Place a 1 and a 2 in the comments if you want both. Of course you want it. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants freedom. And what an easier way to do it than if it's structured, because that just takes the mind out of it. Structure means simple. Okay. Okay. So with this blueprint, here's the best part about it. Okay. It automates everything for you and allows you to get your work done. Your income, let's be clear, it allows you to do your income earning activities in 2 hours or less per day. Does that sound intriguing, or does that sound intriguing? I want to work less than 2 hours a day, 2 hours or less. I'll take 2 hours. Heck, I'll take 3 hours. My schedule right now, just to give y'all perspective, stay at home mom, work from home mom, business owner. I only have structured about 20 hours a week that I can pour into a business, maybe 25, but that's stretching it because that means I'm getting nothing else done. None of my other responsibilities done while my kiddo's at work. I mean, at school. My kiddo doesn't work yet. Thank goodness. I've been able to avoid that. Haven't had to send the 11-year-old to a job. Okay. And by the way, I don't want to, nor do I intend to. So I'm doing something about it, right? Anybody with me? If you want to keep your kids from having to work before they have to and give them an opportunity to stay naive and enjoy their childhood, raise your hand, drop a 10 in the chat if you're with me. That's right. So listen, if you're here today and you're just tuning in, we are talking about purpose. We're talking about turning our purpose into profit and how we can do that. So if you're just tuning in, drop your name in the chat. Tell us where you're from. If you're watching the replay, drop replay, name, location. We want to know where you're tuning in from. Okay. So the 2-hour workday is part of the system. And the reason why it is part of that system is because this system is built around allowing people to earn a profit and trade very little time for very good profit. Okay. So if you're not familiar with master resale rights, otherwise known as MRR. Okay, everybody uses acronyms these days, and sometimes you have to just stop and say, "I'm sorry, what is that? What does that mean? Can you explain, please?" So, master resale rights, and it's where you turn around and sell someone else's product for them, but you have the master resale rights, so you earn 100% profit instead of a small commission. So if you're familiar with affiliate marketing, put a 1 in the chat. Affiliate marketing, right? Okay, versus digital marketing. That's right. So digital marketing is, I'm sorry, real quick, I'm going to add, nope, I'm not trying to do that. I wanted to show y'all something, but I can't get it on screen right now. So we're going to hold off on that. I'm going to place a QR code on the screen here shortly. And you're going to use that QR code to get a copy of your copy of the digital blueprint. Okay. The idea of the 2-hour workday is that you promote during these 2 hours, right? You build your digital presence, you promote the product, the system does the rest for you. It sells while you're sleeping. It turns into a passive income. Who's heard of 7 or more passive income streams? Put a 7 in the chat if you've heard of 7 passive income streams being like the recommended income streams that someone has. And do you know why we are recommended to have more than one income stream? If you do, drop your answer in the chat. Why do you think that we are called to have more than one income stream? It's because there's no telling what's going to happen to one. You can't depend on one, right? It could be swiped from your income. Your income could be taken away at any given moment. So if we're depending on Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok, okay, those are channels, platforms that we don't own. So we cannot fully rely on those channels to get our message out there. So what is the most valuable way in marketing to ensure that you always have your audience's attention? It's to move them into email, right? Because email is not going away. If you own an email address, that's your email address. And you can then communicate with your audience and reach them without the reliance of someone else's platform, such as Facebook, etc. Okay, so there you have it. If you are, let me back up. Okay, let me back up. Sorry, guys. Y'all bear with me. I am really new at these lives, and I'm doing my best to keep us going, right? Okay, so just bear with me. This is real life right here. 2-hour system, email marketing. So email marketing is just like the number one way to ensure that you can reach your target audience and your customers and clients directly. Okay. So that's why we want to move people from these other platforms that we're using, such as YouTube as well. We want to get you into our email system. You want to get your ideal client into the email system so that you can stay in touch and reach them. So you have to build valuable content here first, and then provide and serve well in the email space as well. And this system does it for you. It's all set up. It's already done for you. All you have to do is turn it on. It's amazing. Okay. So imagine doing what you love, though, and getting paid for it daily. If you know what your purpose is and you want to do it, but you're not getting paid for it right now, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 2 in the chat if that's you, but you're getting paid, but not enough. 1, if you're not getting paid for the purpose God has for your life. 2, if you're getting paid, but you need to increase that profit. It's okay to need to profit, and it's okay to get paid for what God's called you to do. He's designed each of us for a purpose and for a reason. And when we are living in that reason and in that calling, in that purpose, we are serving others and building the kingdom. Why can't that also be what we get paid to do? Doesn't that sound like something that God would have designed intentionally and purposefully? It sounds that way to me. And that's something that's super important for me. So that's what I'm here for. If you're here for that, could you just give me a quick 5? Put a 5 in the chat and we'll call it a high 5. Put a 5 in the chat if you're here for it all day long, for the purpose and getting paid for that purpose that God has on our life. All right. So that's not, I don't call that hustle. That's called alignment. And when we are in alignment with God's purpose for our plan and purpose for our life, it's a blessing, and we're going to be blessed for that. So if you're ready to build income with purpose, all right, grab this blueprint. It's linked in the description. Well, it's not yet. It will be. But in this top right corner, left corner, your right, my left, in this corner over here, there is a blueprint. A QR code for the blueprint. Scan that. Okay. Scan that blueprint to go grab your copy. Or you can comment blueprint in the chat and I'll send you a link if that's easier. Maybe you're driving and listening to this and don't have a chance to scan it. Maybe you're watching on your phone so you can't scan it. Okay, drop blueprint in the chat or in the comments, and I will get that over to you. Listen, your purpose deserves a platform. Are you going to create that platform, or are you going to wait for it to be handed to you? Profit gives your platform power. Let me say that again. Profit gives your platform power, which powers your purpose. Drop power my purpose in the comments if you're with me. Are you ready to power your purpose? Let's go make an income that is automated so that we can power our purpose. And let's do that together, friends. Okay? Thanks for being with me today. I'm going to cut this short. We're going to just hang on to your time, make sure that it feels valuable, and I'm ready for you to get started with me today. Let's go on this journey together and let's put our purpose into profit. Okay, let's take that and just let's make a transition and let's do it to the honor and the glory of God. Okay, friends, thanks for joining me today. I'm Tiffanie Teel, and I'm here to help Christian women power through and turn their purpose into profit without having to take a 9 to 5. Okay? Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.